Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. The main focus of today's video is showing off another example of the amazing generosity of the members of this card community on YouTube. And this is from Dave Bluejacket 66. If you're not familiar with Dave's channel, you definitely have to go check out his channel. I will put a link to his channel in the description of this video. Beyond Dave's amazing vintage collection, he does collect some modern stuff, but mainly vintage food issue cards, a lot of pre-war cards. In addition to his great collection, he has an amazing knowledge of those cards, the checklist, how they were produced, where they were produced, you name it. He's done his research. So it's not just showing off cards in his collection. He provides a lot of knowledge and background on those cards. The only other person that I know of in the YouTube community, maybe John Mangini, in terms of his extensive knowledge of especially pre-war cards. Well, again, if you haven't been following Dave's channel, recently he's announced that he is going to be giving away some of his collection. He could easily have, go to different auction sites or eBay or whatever and decide to sell those cards and put that money into other things he's interested in. But he wants to see part of his collection enjoyed and appreciated by other members of the YouTube community. And so I just find that amazing, super generous. And in one of his recent videos, I forget exactly what cards he was showing off or what the specific video was about. But as he was talking just out of the blue, he said, hey, whoever makes the first comment to say, I'd like this card, he was giving to someone a 1953 Bowman Stan Musial card. Raw copy, but it looked like it was a really nice copy of it. I already have a 53 Bowman Stan Musial, so I said, hey, that's great. Someone will get that really cool card. He kept talking throughout his video, and then he paused again, and he said, hey, I have this other card I'd like to give to someone. The first one to comment would get this card, and it was an early 1920s strip card of, I believe, John McGraw, the Hall of Famer. And even though I've been building up my vintage collection, my pre-war collection is pretty much non-existent. I have 5 T206 cards and I think 1 1941 play ball card. That's it in terms of my vintage card, my pre-war vintage cards. So I thought, wow, that would be a really cool card, and it was sharp looking. These strip cards, sometimes they had tears in them, but this one was, I think he said he actually hand cut this one. Sharp edges and corners. That was a gorgeous looking strip card. Anyway, had been about 9 hours since he had posted that video. And so I said, well, hey, what the heck, just in case no one claimed it. I said, hey, Dave, if no one claimed that strip card, would love to have that as part of my collection. Well, as it turns out, he replied and said, hey, John, that card has long been claimed, and he could have left it at that, and that would have been fine. Hey, again, another collector out there would have received a really cool pre-war card. But Dave didn't stop there. He says, well, I think I have another strip card in my collection that I can send to you if you're interested. And I said, wow, that would be wonderful. So not only did Dave in that one video give away a 1953 Bowman Stan Musial and a early 1920s strip card of Hall of Famer John McGraw, but he was willing to take another card out of his collection and send it to me because I showed interest in those strip cards and not having really many pre-war cards. So this is the care package. Dave, I apologize for a delay in doing this. I had some other videos I wanted to do, but I wanted to make sure that I do this video here, so I don't know exactly what is in here. I think it's a strip card based on what Dave told me. Hopefully there is some information about the card, the set name, because there's some very unique set names for pre-war cards, depending on how they were distributed and so on. So hopefully there's some information in here. I don't even care if it's a no-name player. In fact, if it is, if it's someone that I'm not familiar with, that'll give me an opportunity to do some research on that player and maybe some research on the particular set of the strip card. So really looking forward to this. And again, Dave, thank you so much for your generosity. You did not have to do that. Again, I was late to the game in showing interest in that one strip card. But again, thank you very much. So I have this to open. I also have 4 other vintage cards that I received over the last week and a half. I've sort of been saving up again for this video. This is a vintage themed video here. Before I turn the camera around, one piece of sort of housekeeping thing. If you've been following my channel, I've been trying to take advantage of these YouTube shorts. And for years now, I've been posting on other social media accounts a Wade Boggs card of the day. And so I thought I would continuing that on the other social media, I do a quick 30-second video showing off that same card of the day. So I know with some of my recent videos, I haven't been doing much Wade Boggs, but this is another way within my YouTube channel to show off some of my Wade Boggs cards in my collection. So normally, and this is every day, they should be posting around noon. And so if you have some time, again, 30 seconds, if you see it in my feed or whatever, and are interested in seeing a different Wade Boggs card as part of my collection, I encourage you to check out those shorts. So with that, I am going to turn the camera around. I'm probably going to start showing off the vintage cards, and that way I can concentrate the rest of the video on Dave's generous care package. So let's turn the camera around and show you what I picked up. Okay, like I said, I'm going to start off with the 4 vintage cards that I picked up, and 3 of the 4 fit right in my wheelhouse of the vintage cards that I'm going after. These are mid-grade copies, so it helps with the budget, but they have really nice eye appeal. Are they perfect? No. Do they have some, imperfections and stuff? If so, they're ones that I am fine living with. In my mind, these have great eye appeal, and I think you'll see in these examples of why I decided to go after these cards. The first one, though, is not one of the sort of mid-grade examples, but it is one from the one year that I've been really struggling a little bit in finding some Hall of Famers in the grade I want, and that's 1977. Trying to look for these in a 7 if I need to, maybe drop down to a 6. 7s are just really hard to find, and especially with Joe Morgan, when I see them listed, either the buy it now or whatever, they're pretty expensive. They're like $40, $50. People are asking for 7s. Well, this was an auction, and so I decided to go after it. Again, it's not perfect. Centering's off a little bit left to right, but of the other examples that I've seen, this one has the best eye appeal I've seen in a long time, and the potential for picking it up for a reasonable price. Has a really nice back to it. Again, a little off-center, but that's fine. Overall, it's a nice, clean copy of this really cool Joe Morgan card, and I picked this one up for 25 bucks. So PSA 7 for 25 bucks, I'll take it all day. Really great copy there. The next one is, and again, not ones I'm necessarily actively searching for, but I saw this one pop up. This one was an auction as well, and it's the 1971 Topps Brooks Robinson. Now, with 71s, for me, the centering is key, and also very little chipping. I don't care about the corners, especially if they don't show a lot of the chipping of the black. So if they're rounded or whatever, but keep the black color there. And this fits the bill here. It's a PSA 4. The reason why it's a 4, I'm not sure. In fact, I wasn't even sure until I got the card. And, boy, you may not even be able to see it here. There's right around the third base. Yeah, right there. Through the third base up to the S, there's a very fine surface crease. And that's probably what dropped it down. You can see right there around the third base there. Other than that, the centering may be top to bottom off, but with these 71s, I don't mind a little bit more space above the team name. Really, nice looking back there. And for a 4, I got this one for $20. So really nice looking Brooks Robinson. I don't mind. If you're looking at that card, you can't see that hairline crease. And again, it doesn't go through the back. So again, really nice pickup there for my Hall of Fame collection. Here is another example, mid-grade. It is the 1968 Topps Willy Stargell. And picked this one up for $25. The thing I like about the 68 Topps is because of the design, that burlap sack design of the border, you can have some imperfections on the corners. And, just looking at it, maybe not up close, you can't tell if there's some dings. This one, I think, in the bottom left may have... maybe it's hard to see. Maybe you can see it on the back. The corners have either some bending or not quite sharp corners, but the centering is to my liking. Nice crisp image there of Willy Starrgel. The back is nice and clean as well. Again, it's one of the. I know it's one of the corners. I forget. I'm trying to see in the light here. Yeah. It is that one there. It is so hard to see. Right in the corner there looks to be like a little indentation or a little crease in the corner. But other than that, I think it's a sharp card. And again, for $25, a PSA 5 of a 68 Willy Stargell, I'll take it. Nice, addition there to my collection. And finally, this is the one I absolutely love. Can't believe. I guess technically for the grade, I got it for roughly what they're going for, so I can't say it was a steal, but it's this gorgeous looking 1969 Topps Tom Seaver. The registry on this, the colors, just outstanding. I looked, I can't find, I would expect with a 4, again, like the Brooks Robinson, that there would be a surface crease somewhere. Those corners look pretty sharp centering, maybe a little diamond centering, but I've seen a lot worse Sievers in terms of centering, even 5s and 6s. So to me, this is an amazing copy, and I think I found out why. Maybe this is a 4. Maybe it could be a 5 or a 6 with a mark, because on the back, and you may not be able to see it here. If that's the reason why this was dropped down to a 4 from a slightly higher grade, I have absolutely no problem with that. I can't even see any surface creases on the back either. I mean, that is a nice looking, there's a little bit of a ding there in the corner. Again, these aren't perfect, but for a 4, to me, again, I'm becoming such a big believer of buy the card, not the grade. And I picked this one up for $40. A 69 Seaver for $40 with that eye appeal. To me, that's a no-brainer. So yeah, super excited to have this Tom Seaver in my collection. So I'm doing pretty good. Building a little bit of a Tom Seaver run here. Of course, his rookie card is going to be way down the road, and I'm going to have to save up a few pennies for that one, even in a lower grade. But there you have it, my 4 vintage pickups. And now for The big thing, the care package from Dave Bluejacket 66 here. So I'm gonna open this up here. In fact, I can probably just, without getting my scissors out here. Again, hopefully there's some note. If not, Dave, I'll reach out to you to get more information about this strip card. Because again, my knowledge of pre-war cards is very, very minimal. The only thing really that I know is watching videos like yours and John Mangini's of some of these, you know, regional issues. And what's interesting is a lot of these pre-war cards come from, I think, ice cream and candy companies in Pennsylvania. And I've lived in central Pennsylvania all my life. And yet, other than going to card shows, I've never seen any like strip cards or, you know, pre-war cards in person. So again, this is going to be a big treat here. So doesn't look like, okay, he does have a listing. He wrote on here what this is here, and this is Frank Frisch. Now I think I've heard of I think it's Frank Frisch for the New York Giants. And so this looks like it's from the W515-1 set. So definitely going to have to look that up. I'm assuming this, and this may be from the same set as the John McGraw. I'd have to check the video out. But that is in great shape. I don't really see many creases. Yeah, that top corner there, but this is amazing for a, I believe, early 1920s strip card. Dave, look at that registration. I mean, I've seen some strip cards again in different videos, and the registration's off, or the color seems to be off on the player. That to me has amazing registration. This is awesome, Dave. Thank you so much. I'm going to really enjoy looking up this set. And Frank Frisch, I'm not even sure if he's a Hall of Famer. Maybe, even if he isn't, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care if he played 1 year Major League Baseball. This was amazing. So it looks like it's maybe card number 14 in the series. Not sure how many cards are in the set. Again, something that I want to look up, but it looks like it's from the W515-1, I think, if I'm reading that right, series of strip cards. So there you have it. Yeah, let me know what you think of my vintage pickups. And again, if you haven't, even if you're not that interested in vintage cards, pre-war cards, the stories and backgrounds of these cards and the players themselves that Dave tells is just amazing. So definitely go check out Dave's channel. Again, I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description of this video. Dave, I can't thank you enough. Again, this is an amazing gift from you. And again, just shows just how generous you are with your knowledge, showing off your collection and your generosity within this card community. So that's all I have for you guys. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.